This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Tuesday, May 5th, and this is your Barbados Today evening update. So glad you can join us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. After months of preparations for the Barbados Secondary School entrance exam, it's now over, at least for 2015. Around 1 this afternoon, 3,510 students from primary schools breathed a sigh of relief as they exited the doors of 22 secondary schools across the country. From St. Peter in the north to Christchurch in the south, there were mixed reviews on the 11+ exams, which consisted of composition, English and mathematics papers. Our Devandra Bab has a full report.
The stress is over. Students from the Boswell Primary, All Saints Primary and Lee Cross Private School are all now breathing sighs of relief after completing one of the biggest examinations of their lives. Some took the time before rushing off to celebrate to tell Barbados Today about their exam and how they are feeling now. The general consensus was that it was a good exam, but some math questions were just a bit too challenging.
It was good, but only had a couple of challenging questions that I had to think for, but I think I do well, and that it was a good exam. It wasn't hard.
It was very challenging. I think the math was very hard. We just had a couple of questions that I thought was very challenging.
The exam was pretty good, but it was a bit challenging and simple at times, and I want to go to St. Michael.
We are from Boswell Primary School, and we are glad it's over.
Over in the east, at the Princess Margaret Secondary School, the students also thought some of the math questions were too difficult, but they're glad it's over.
The grammar was easy, but the mathematics was challenging.
Okay, how you think you did?
Take a good degree.
I think the exam was easy. My name is Shemata, and I think the exam was hard.
I thought it was good. The maths wasn't as easy as the grammar. But overall, I think I did well.
I thought grammar was easy, but not the maths.
Best of luck to all those students. We hope they get to their respective schools of choice. Devandra Bab reporting for Barbados Today.
Meantime, a senior teacher at the Bailey's Primary School says students were a lot calmer than previous years and settled in comfortably to sit today's exams.
I thought they were well prepared, the teachers worked hard with them, and the children accepted what was given to them.
Okay. Well, I noticed that this year there were not a lot of nervousness among the children and everything. What role did they all play as far as erasing that somehow?
Well, we counsel them, prepare them for such an examination, and that will alleviate any nervousness.
Okay. Now, every year is different. Is there anything you noticed that was quite different this year compared to previous years?
The attitude of the students.
In what way?
They were ready for the exam. They're willing to learn.
And last but not least, for any parents, so they will have children to the exam next year, what advice would you give them?
Well, keep working with your student, your child, and eventually best results will be achieved.
And some of these pupils had this advice for their peers who will be writing the exam next year.
We work as hard as we can.
And what you would tell them?
Remember to bring all your stationery and be prepared for it. Try and do your best. Good luck, be prepared, and bring all your stationery and pay attention in class.
At the same time, education officials say they are pleased with the outcome of today's exam. Acting Chief Education Officer Karen Best described the process at all venues as smooth and uneventful, and she's particularly pleased with the conduct of all parents at the exams. She said there were no challenges at any of the venues. In other news, drug abuse by the nation's young people is causing great concerns for the Ministry of Health, and Health Minister John Boyce revealed as he piloted the Health Services Amendment Bill in Parliament this morning that marijuana and crack cocaine are the emerging drugs of choice, with alcohol abuse also a major concern.
The Psychiatric Hospital had a total of some 218 admissions to its drug rehabilitation unit in 2012, for instance. The trend in age was similar to that recorded at Verdon House, with the majority of clients falling between the age of 21 and 35, again demonstrating, Mr. Speaker, sir, the fact that this issue is becoming a younger generational issue to a larger and larger extent every day. What is also of concern is, of course, the poly-drug culture, or the multiple combined substance abuse culture. This is of serious concern, of course, to the Ministry of Health and those who seek to work with these clients. And this polydrug is basically a combination of marijuana, cocaine, and alcohol.
Meantime, the Shadow Minister of Health, Dr. Maria Agard, is calling on government to pay closer attention to the challenges facing the Psychiatric Hospital, especially the Drug Rehabilitation Unit.
We have a case not just of a shortage of staff, but we have a case of staff suffering from low morale as they must work very, very long hours. They work under reasonably unsafe conditions. They work particularly long hours. In fact, there is now a pilot project that requires nurses to work 4 days of 12 hours each, thus requiring a worker to work 48 hours, 48 consecutive hours, without any consideration for overtime payment.
A 31-year-old Jamaican businesswoman will spend the next 18 months behind bars on drug charges. Carrie-Ann Natalie Davis was today found guilty of possessing 4 pounds of cannabis. She was arrested at the Grantley Adams International Airport yesterday when a search by custom officials found 2 packages containing the drugs in a false bottom of her suitcase.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
In news from the region, we head to Cuba, where reports say gay rights activists will be holding a mass wedding this weekend. However, gay marriage is still not legal in the country. The activists will be led by President Raul Castro's daughter, who is a leading gay and transgender rights campaigner. The symbolic wedding will be part of Cuba's annual Gay Pride Parade. And finally, the French Parliament today approved a controversial law strengthening the country's intelligence services. But critics are not happy with the move. They argue that it is a dangerous extension of mass surveillance, gives too much power to the state, and threatens the independence of the digital economy. The new law was implemented with the aim of preventing Islamist attacks. And on that note, we come to the end of our evening updates, but we'll be back again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media and bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Channel 101 online TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. Have a wonderful evening.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy